YouTube, this is Julio. I'm going to show you today a Gusto deck. This is one of my favorite decks to play with because it's a low attack deck, mainly a defense deck. It is huge on defense. I'm going to make this a 3-part video. One of them, my first part, is going to be all about my monsters. The next one will be all about my spell and trap and extra deck. And then my third part of the video is going to be all about fighting with dueling with another opponent. I'm going to go up against an AI, and I'm going to use this deck, and I'm going to show you how it works. So let's get started. The first one I have here is Pilica. She is a staple, I believe, in this deck because she can special summon a wind tuner monster from your graveyard whenever she's normal or special summoned. So you get her on the field, and if you have Eagle or Gus or Goldo out, you can synchro right then and there. And it's a good card to have. You can almost get it first turn, second turn. I would probably say you can most definitely get it second turn all the time. Next, I run a Winda. I run 3 of her because she is another staple, I believe, in this deck. Because what she does is when she's destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster attacking, you can special summon a Gusto tuner from your deck. So she gets destroyed, and you can special summon Eagle or Goldo, just like that. Next, I run 1 Windar, Sage of Gusto. He's really good to have. I only run 1 of him, though, because he does tribute, but there's ways around that. I'll explain on that later. But his effect is if he destroys an opponent's monster, then you can target 1 level 3 or lower Gusto in your graveyard and special summon him. And it doesn't specify tuner or non-tuner, so you can go ahead and do, Pilica, Winda, Eagle, Goldo. I mean, almost every card in here, besides like 2 or 3. I only run 1 of him though because he's good in a tight spot. He has 2,000 attack. He's good to have. Next, I have Gusto Eagle. When he's also a staple, I would believe, because when he is destroyed by battle, doesn't say by an attacking monster, you can attack and get destroyed and use his effect. You can special summon a level 4 lower non-tuner. So you would get Pilica out, and you can special summon for Goldo or Eagle again and use his effect. I run 3 of him. Next, I have Gusto Goldo. He is also another staple. He is a tuner, same as Eagle. He's good to have because you can pull off like a freeze OTK. Gusto's freeze. He's a good card to have. I'll explain on that in my second video. When he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, pretty much, you can special summon a level 2 or lower Gusto from your deck. So you can get Eagle out or Winda. Winda would help get Eagle out or Goldo, or you can special summon Eagle and get Pilica out and use Goldo's effect to get a good OTK in. Next, I run 3 Gusto Griffin. He's good to have in a way because if he's discarded from your hand to the graveyard, you can special summon a Gusto monster from your deck. So use that, and like I said, there's a way around his tribute. So use Windar's effect or use Griffin's effect to get Windar out. You got a 2,000 attack without tribute. Um, and it doesn't specify a level cap, non-tuner or tuner, so you can do pretty much any card in this deck with the name Gusto in it. Next, I run a Musto, a Priest of Gusto, because I run two of him because he helps with recycling, which is really big in this deck because you'll eventually run out of being able to special summon cards using Eagle, Goldo, or Winda's effect. So his effect is to target one Gusto in your graveyard, put him back in your deck, and then negate an effect on the field. He's good to have with Recycle, pretty much. Calm, she is good to have because you can shuffle 2 Gusto monsters in your graveyard and draw a card. So you get the recycling effect, plus you can draw a card, which would be good to have if you have no monsters in your hand and you have Calm out, and you have Eagle and Goldo out. You put those 2 back into your deck and draw a card. You might just get Eagle or Goldo, or you could even get, Pilica or Winda. I mean, it's a good card to have. I run 2 of her, Calm. Next, I got Gusto Thunbolt. He is good to have because he has low attack and defense. So, what you do with him is you set him from your hand to the field and let him get destroyed. And whenever he gets destroyed, you can special summon a Wind Psychic type monster with 15 or less defense from your deck. So you get Pilica out, and you special summon Goldo. In that turn, you can get Freeze out. I mean, it's really nice to have. But his Thunbolt's target works the end phase, so you have to strategize. Next, my last monster I run in this deck is Quick Draw Synchron. He is a excellent card to have because he can throw out Gusto Griffin's effect, because Quick Draw Synchron can special summon himself by discarding 1 card from your hand. So you get Gusto Griffin in your hand, discard him to the graveyard, and there you go. Windar out. 2,000 attack. Plus you got Quick Draw Synchron out. Or you can use Gusto Griffin's effect to get a different card out and Synchro on that turn. He's a really good card to have. And what's also good about Quick Draw Synchron is he can use himself as any Synchro monster that has a Synchron as a tuner. So you got Junk Berserker, you can use him for Nitro Warrior, Junk Destroyer, Chevalier de Fleur. Can't pronounce that to save my life. Though all those you can special summon using his effect. So he's a great card to have. That is the end of my monsters. I am going to explain my spell trap cards and extra deck in my next video. So just find that video and I'll continue on and I'll show you everything that needs to be done, spell and traps, and then after that video is my battle with the AI. You don't want to miss it. So good luck with the monsters, and I'll see you in my next video. YouTube, this is Studio. This is part 2 of my Gusto videos. Basically, in my previous video, I showed you all the monsters in my deck, and I told you their effects and what's good for them. This is part 2, so in this video I'm going to show you the spell and trap cards I run in this deck. I'm also going to explain my extra deck. I'm only limited to 10 minutes with the software I'm using, so this is why I'm doing 3 different videos, which I wish I really didn't want to do, but I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do. So, like I said, I'm gonna show you the spell and traps and my extra deck. So, let's begin. First of all, in this deck, I run Contact with Gusto. He is a great card to have, because he helps with your recycling effect that I explained in my previous video. This card targets 2 Gustos in your graveyard, and you can destroy a card on the field. So, I mean, you can just recycle 2 cards, so you can get Eagle and Goldo back into your deck, or Winda, or whoever you want. That's a Gusto. And then pop a card. I mean, what's greater than that? This card is great to work with, Musto, because Musto, if you have a Belize Dragon out, like the enemy does, and his effect is it can't be destroyed by card effects, so you get Musto out, recycle 1 card from your grave, and negate an effect. You negate that effect to where it can't be destroyed by card effects. Now, it can be destroyed by card effects. So then you get 2 more monsters from your graveyard, and then pop that card. It's a great card to have. Next, I have Blessings for Gusto. It's also good with recycling. Plus, you can special summon a 3rd monster. You have to have 3 monsters in your graveyard to be able to pull this card off. So, what you'll do is you'll target 2 Gustos in your graveyard plus a 3rd. The 2 that you chose will go back into your deck. Then the 3rd one will be special summoned. So, if you have Pyrrhica, Eagle, and Goldo, you can bring Goldo and Eagle back to your deck, then special summon Pyrrhica, and then use her effect because she was special summoned. So, and then you can get a Synchro out that turn. It's a great card to have, your recycling effect. Like I said, it's good because you will run out eventually if you don't recycle of your Winda, Eagle, and Goldo effects. Because once you run out of, on Goldo, once you run out of level 2 or lower Gustos, if you run out of Eagle and Winda, you got nothing to special summon. That would be useful in that time to pull off a strategy. So, it's very good for recycling. Next, I have Tuning. It's a good card, especially for this deck. I only run 2, though, because what it does is you can add a Synchron tuner from your deck to your hand. So you get Quick Draw Synchron into your hand. Let's say you have Gusto Griffin. Drop a card to special summon him, then you get Windar out. It also sends the top card of your deck to the graveyard. So that could send, any of these cards to the grave. And if you get, Winda or Eagle or Gusto Goldo out and you can get Pyrrhica out, that means you just don't have to go through the extra step of getting Goldo or Eagle into your graveyard. It's already there. Next, I run 3 MSTs. Great card. Great card. Pop card. It's awesome. Next is Emergency Teleport. It's a great card to have. It's pretty much brings a monster that you need to your hand, which would most likely be Pyrrhica for your freeze OTK. But it's banished at the end phase, so you need to do something with it as soon as it's on the field, or you won't be able to pull anything off. But it lets you choose a psychic type from your deck or hand, so it's really good to have. Next, I use Creature Swap. Great. Awesome card to put in your deck. What happens with this card is you choose one card that you have, and the enemy chooses a card they have, you switch. So if they got a huge beat stick out and all you have is a Gusto Eagle out, you can switch and get that beat stick for you. And then, most likely, you would probably have Eagle in like defense mode. Then you can attack with their monster and destroy Gusto Eagle, and Eagle will go back to your deck. And he will, his effect will go off to where you can special summon another card onto your field. So, great. Excellent card to have to use for the strategies for these. That's all my spell and traps. I'm going to show you my extra deck. Hyper Psychic Blaster. He can inflict piercing damage. And he gains life points equal to the difference in the end of the damage strip. So, great to have if you're low on health. Next, we got Allied Justice Field Marshal. He's good because when you destroy a face-down defense monster, because he is a huge beat stick, most of your opponents will put in defense. You destroy that card, draw a card. Great card. Next, you have Mistworm. If your opponent has a bunch of beat sticks out, you can use Mistworm's effect. Return 3 cards to their hand or extra deck or wherever it came from. Next, I got Chevalier de Fleur. It's really good to have because he's like a Shien. He can, whenever a spell or trap card activates, negate the activation, destroy it. So it's only once per turn, but still works. And it's each of the turns. So it doesn't specify if it's your turn or their turn. Next, we have Thought Ruler Archfiend. You can pay 1,000 life points to negate the activation of a spell or trap that targets a psychic type monster. So it's really good to have. But you also gain life points equal to whenever you destroy a monster. And you gain life points equal to the amount of their attack. Next, I run Junk Destroyer because, destroy a card by the amount of Synchro Material monsters that you use can attack. Stardust Dragon, great card. Banish your card, bring it back. Next, I got Nitro Warrior. I don't use him much, but he's good. Daigusto Phoenix. I don't use him much, but he's a good card to have because he also has that. He can attack twice. Next, I run Freeze. He is a great card for your OTK because he can't be destroyed by battle, and any damage you would take, the opponent takes. Eagles is good because you can destroy a face-down card during your end phase. Junk Berserker is good because if you destroy a defense mission monster without damage calculation. Falkos is good because he gets 600 attack, all Gusto monsters. And Daigusto Emerald is good because he can shuffle 3 monsters from your grave to your deck. So he's good for that recycling effect. That's the time I got. So next video I'm going to explain a little bit more on Freeze, and then I'll go into my AI. Because he is the main thing I do. So I'll see you in my next video, and I'll explain on Freeze and my AI. So just watch the next video, you don't want to miss it. Hello YouTube, this is Studio. This is part 3 of my videos that I'm doing. I said in my last video I was going to elaborate on Freeze. He is the ace of this deck because he's only a level 6, he's easy to get out, and he can't be destroyed by battle. But any damage that I would take from any card that's a Gusto, my opponent would take. So, but every other Gusto would be destroyed. Freeze is the only one that won't be destroyed. But every effect will go off, like Eagle, Special Summon, Winda, and then just get destroyed again. So that's, go up against a 3,000, that's 28 for him, Special Summon, Winda, and then that's another 2,000 attack. He just took 4,800. I mean, great. It's almost an OTK, but it's not. I'm going to go up against my AIs. I'm going to go up against the Yami Yugi deck. I'm using Yugo Pro. If you don't have it, download it. Great place to have. This deck is good to go first. I lost the thing, so I won't get to go first. But it's great to go first so you can start their effects. What I want to do for this hand right here is I'm going to set Blessing for Gusto. I'm going to play Tuning. And I'm going to put the quick draw into my hand, drop a card, which was Gusto Griffin, which I could have used, but it's alright. I'm going to set a creature swap in an MST, and I'm going to play Winda so I can get their effects going, because that's what I want to do. And then what I want to do is I probably should have just activated it. I can't now. So, yeah, I can't now. So, what I'm going to do next turn is I'm going to destroy his face down with my MST. So, do the AI, he's going to attack if he can. So what we're going to do is he's going to destroy Winda, and I'm going to bring Gusto Goldo out in defense. He's going to end his turn. And this is a great, awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Emergency Teleport, and I'm going to bring Pilica into my hand, or into the field. Doesn't matter which place you put her. So I'm going to special summon Freeze. He has 2,000 attack, and his effect goes off to where I can bring one card to my hand. So I'm going to bring weakest card, Goldo, just because I need to activate his effect. What's good too, I'm going to activate Blessing for Gusto. Since I have 4, I'm going to special summon Goldo actually, and return 2 cards. So I'm going to return Pilica and Winda. So Goldo's coming onto the field with 500 attack. Now what is so cool is his effect, Freeze's effect. It makes it to where Goldo, any damage that I would take, opponent will take. I'll show you right now. Would go up against this 1,700 against a 500, and he's going to take 1,200, and Goldo's effect goes off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Eagle to my hand, or to the field, and I'm going to attack with him. That's 200. He's going to take 15. Now I'm going to use Eagle's effect. And that is the end of what I can do to keep on special summoning monsters. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to special summon Pilica, use her effect, and bring out Goldo in defense. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with Pilica, and then I'm going to finally destroy his monster. Now he has almost taken 4,000 damage, and that was a lower attack card. Now if he had Dark Magician out, I could have won the game probably. So I mean, awesome card to have. I'm going to put him to attack. If I really wanted to, I could go for this Eagles, but I don't. Or I could go the Psychic Hyper Blaster, which will take Freeze out and my other 2. But I want to show you Freeze's effect, because he is basically the best card in, I swear, the Yu-Gi-Oh world. So I mean, there's nothing your opponent can do unless he negates his effect. But if he doesn't negate his effect, you got nothing. See, all he's got is to play cards down. So now I'm going to go into my recycling effect. So I'm going to put Eagle and the other one, and I'm going to draw a card too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to special summon, no I'm not. I'm going to special summon him in defense, just because I can't do anything yet. I need a level 2. So what we're going to do is we're just going to attack. This deck you want to start with your lowers, because if he uses like a mirror force or something, or uses some sort of like negating attack, then I mean you only take 200 to 500 damage. So that was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Freeze effect. Great. That is what I use for every one of my duels. If I get freeze out, you might as well quit or something, because that card's almost invincible. So that is my third video of my Gusto deck. I plan on making many more. I'll show you all my decks that I have made. I have a Blue Eyes deck, a Cyber Dragon deck, I have a Dragoonity deck, a deck that most people don't use. I have an Elemental Hero, Evil Swarm, Light Sworns. I'll probably do my Light Sworns next, because they are my favorite deck. I have Malefics, I have a Spellcaster deck, I have a 6-Sam deck, and I have a Wind-Up deck. I will do one of these probably in the next couple days, or I might even do it today. I mean, I'm having fun, so it's fun to do this. I mean, if you like my videos, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll make sure I get one out. I'll try and get one out at least once a week. And if any of the people that comment or like on this or watch this video, feel free to give me suggestions on decks that you want me to make. I'll make the decks, I'll run them, and I will find the best strategy for you to use so you can win. So that is my third video. Once again, this is Studio. Make sure you keep dueling, have fun, and trust in the heart of the cards. Have a good one.